Welcome to hole number one on everyone's favorite course, City Park. I've got a Titan and an extra mile, max top, max left. If those left spin values don't look familiar to you, just listen to what I'm telling you. I'm converting them for you all the way left. That's going to be like 2 bars of side spin with a Titan. So we're adjusting this shot 10% max. Do a practice shot here. Okay, this is one of the hardest holes in the whole tournament, and we're starting off with it. This drive can definitely be done with a big power shot. Got to follow your comfort. And this wind would be good for that. However, it's going to come down to what we see live in gameplay for this Snow City 9-hole cup. My idea here is to keep it safe, keep it short of that bunker. You could definitely take a half a bar of topspin off here if we have a higher wind than that. So second shot, the goal here, just get it to the green. Don't do anything fancy. I'm going -10 max. And as you can see, I think I'm going to give it half a bar or 1 bar. Yeah, about 1 bar of backspin and about half a bar of right spin here. Now, you can see where that second bounce is. Keep a very close look at that. And I'd say that second bounce is about the distance of the fringe, below the fringe, so that you can sort of judge your speed and give yourself a good idea what's going to happen here. Of course, higher level clubs and you're going to have a higher level ball guide, but it's not necessary to get an eagle on this hole. Honestly, especially from the front tee, this one is... It's get your birdie and get out of here, because many players could do worse than that. Hole number 2, this par 5 is difficult. It's long. I'm giving it 3 top here. And I think I've got that ball guide right at the end of that shadow. You can see where the light post is casting a shadow out onto the fairway. So I was using that in my mind as the marker. And just be cautious. This is a careful adjustment. It's like a light crosswind. If you have a strong tailwind here, three topspin might put you in big trouble. So just do a practice shot and make sure that we get this somewhere around 305, maybe 310. Should put you in a beautiful position. Second shot, then I come at it with a big dog. The idea here, I'm not going for crazy distance. We're going about 2.5 top and 2 bars of left spin, or a full 3 bars of left spin if you've decided to have a ball with a little bit more. The idea is, you see that small bunker at the top of the screen that looks like a little bit of a, I don't know, a bean or something, or like a peanut, I think. Give it a little bit of power, just enough to get it before that bunker. You don't need to run it up the side or anything like that. We do want to leave us in long iron range. So perfect shot here, and you're going to see where this ball comes to rest. It's basically the perfect outcome for this second shot. Nicely before the bunker, not too long, not too short. It gives us a beautiful look here at our third shot. Now, third shot, -10%, medium distance. Take careful note of where I'm setting up this shot, okay? I'm giving it 3 top and 1.5 bars of left spin. We're right between the bunker and that fairway line, quite a way in here. Now, look at that long sweeping ball guide. It gets nice and close up there to the fringe. That's important. You're going to need to follow that. You want to get the tip of your ball right to the hole. Unfortunately, there are some winds where this shot won't work the greatest. In that case, we're going to go right at the green, probably with the short iron and, like a thorn with a couple bars of backspin. You could also have a hornet play here. But if you take a look at this, it comes in really nicely over that little lump, and then there's a bit of a funnel that'll bring you back in here. This is just like an Albie, baby. We'll take it. Conveniently enough, hole number 3 just happens to be a par 3. I'm going to give this one 4 bars of backspin and 1 bar of right spin. I do land on the fringe for this shot. As you can see, there aren't really any flat landing positions on the green or the fairway surrounding it. There's shots to the right, there's shots to the left. I like going right at it here from the first tee. So like I said, 20% max, or if I didn't, that is the adjustment here. I'm trying to get a nice straight pull here. It's kind of a funny one because, like, as you can see, it's not a level landing position, and it's not the most consistent shot ever. However, I've had pretty good luck here in the past, and I really think we're going to get a couple of drops at least here in the Snow City 9-hole cup. Hole number 4 is a par 4. I'm coming at this one with a marlin and an extra mile. We're going to go max top and about 1 bar of right spin here. This is with an extra mile 5. As you can see, we're set up very close to that lower bunker. Now, if you've got a bigger club with a bigger ball and you can reach further, you need to take some topspin off. In fact, in my note, I'm going to play this with only 3 bars of topspin. The idea here is I just want to get to the corner. You see how it's a strong dog leg left? Just want to get to the corner. It's going to give us a nice, clean, straight shot to the green. Tree on the right. We've got hazards on the left. You just have to kind of bring this one beautifully down the center. Thread the needle, if you will. Watch out for the overhanging branches. They are also in play. This one comes in a tiny bit longer than we need, but it works out beautifully. Just like I said, a nice, clean look to the tee. So second shot, then we play it with a short iron. I like to use the thorn. You can use whatever works for you. I can almost guarantee you we're going to go 2 bars of backspin here because that's kind of the default amount that I like to use with the thorn. I learned that from Tommy, as I'm sure you may recognize, and it seems to work out pretty good. Sometimes we're not going to use any spin with the thorn. It really just depends on the shot. But anyway, this one I go straight at it, even into a reasonably strong headwind here, and you'll see this one plays nicely. You're always going to want to take some practice shots in a tournament these days, especially when we've got opportunities to get drops. And we've also got some holes in this tournament that are very, very difficult. Good luck to you. I hope you get those booms. Hole number 5 is a fun par 3. There's so many ways you can play this hole. I'm coming right at it with a marlin and a backbone, about 3.2 bars of topspin here. And I did give it a tiny little tick of right spin. As you can see, we're landing right down here on the very first part of the fairway. You can land in the middle. I've got footage of dropping it from there. And there's rough bumps that you can play on the right and maybe even on the left. I'm not too sure. But this is a very straightforward approach that I think is really appropriate for all players from the front tee. Whether you've got a backbone 10 or you've got like a little backbone 4, if you follow this setup and maybe take a few practice shots to get that tournament win dialed in, it's a very viable path to get yourself a drop and, see about doing well on City Park. Hole number 6, we've got our second par 5. This one here, we've got a kind of a fair wind, so I decide to bring a Zerk, and we're going to go with max top, and I'm using about 1 bar or half a bar of right spin. See how that second bounce is at the end of this first fairway? That's really what we're looking for when we make our drive. So I'm going to do 10% max here with a power 5 ball. I'm going to give it about 1.2 ring pull here. So you see we're right at max. We're going to give it our pull. 1.2, line it up on a little ring there. It might have been 0.3. But anyway, we're pushing it to max here because it is a bit of a long distance with that level of extra mile. And I'm giving it just a smidge of overpower. If you've got an EM7 here, you don't need to do that quite so aggressively. Just try to follow the principle. First bounce, second bounce right there. Clip the rough and land anywhere in this area down here. Okay, that's the plan. There's a little sign down there. Use it as your marker. 383 sets us up beautifully for second shot with the big dog. If you're careful here, there is definitely a chance you could get a drop. I'm going 2 bars of backspin, about 0.25 of left with this left to right wind. You may need to change that side spin, but about 2 back with that second bounce up on the green, just inside from the fringe is really where you want to set this one up. I want to give hats off to my friend Hank Morris, who taught me this shot back a ways back. Just watched him dropping it, makes me know that we can do so too. I do go negative 10% mid here on this pull. That wasn't the cleanest or straightest pull I've ever done. And you're going to see here how much we do miss off to the side. But take a careful look also at the weight of the ball and how it comes in with a nice speed, brings us right on the plane that we need to be. We just need to give a little less adjustment. So we'll see you on the next hole. Hole number 7 is our final par 3. I set this one up with a Katana and a Saturn. You need to give this one 6 back, and that's about 2 bars of right spin. And you see how we've got the yellow ring just touching the rough on the bottom, and that second bounce is up kind of in line with the tee. What I would change here is I would move it up a little bit. I'd want to see that second bounce about 1 green square past the hole, maybe even 2 green squares past the hole. You're going to see as we execute this shot how this comes in. It's still a very nice way to do it, and this one I really enjoy. I like that we're not using any curl. We don't have to do anything crazy here. Just hit perfect and have a club with enough backspin to get that 6. You see how we're going to drop beautifully, and then we're just going to fall a little bit short, about 1 green square short. So push that second bounce up a little bit. We're going to have a great time. Good luck. Hole number 8, and once again another long par 4. I'm going max top, max left here with the Quasar and an extra mile. We're set this one up 10%. It doesn't matter what level extra mile you have because that landing position is very, very finite. There's not a lot of room for negotiation there. Leave a little bit of red ring around the outside just to great proof your shot a little bit. However, this should be a straightforward affair. If you've got a strong left to right wind, left to right, you want to make sure just to give it a tiny little bit of curl, just to kind of mind that bunker. Now, second shot, we're coming in here with a wood club. I like the sniper, even when with low levels, it's got a good chance to give you, a decent look at the pin. Now, I played this shot 0% mid. We give it 3 back and about 1 bar of right spin. See how we're setting it up nicely at the hole, leaving a little bit of room there for that undeveloped ball guide. That's really the way you want to play this one. Now, the only problem with this here is I hit great. So you're going to see that here nicely. And then the ball goes in the hole. So it's just demonstrating that I maybe needed to pull an extra 0.1 or 0.2 to give us the outcome that we ended up with anyway. So very good. We'll see you on the final hole. Hole number 9 is our final hole of the tournament. I'm playing this one quarterback and a king maker, 3 top, max right. I end up setting it up here with a little bit further left, clear ring cutting into the rough on the right. And we make the pull here at 1-to-1. I did look at the app there, but just pull 3.5 rings for 3.5 wind. And you'll see here that I'm giving this a good amount of curl and a tiny little bit of overpower there. Nothing crazy, but it is important because that second bounce does have a chance to clip the rough, as you'll see here. Ooh, we want to be very careful and mindful of that. Don't get yourself slowed up there. The reason I'm bringing a Viper here is in most of my rookie accounts, I don't have the distance to reach here with a sniper. Feel free if you've got higher level clubs, but basically here, I'm playing this 3 back, 1 right, and look very carefully where that second bounce is. Sort of on that fairway patch between the fringe and the rough. That is the sweet spot there. So you can see we're going to go 1.7 rings, and this really is, I would say, our very best chance to get an albatross. So spend some time on this hole. Do your homework, but generally speaking, this is a great way to get the drop. You just really want to dial in the different wins so that we can really get this one when it counts. I wish you guys the very best of luck in this Snow City tournament. Looking forward to it. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you out there.